Hey, Cliff.
Yes.
Is it cold where you are?
Yes.
You know where else it's cold?
Yes.
It's cold in hell.
Yes. Yes.
In the depths of hell.
Yes.
It's snowing.
Yes.
Because Daniel Bryan has been cleared to return to the ring.
Yes.
Cut to the intro.
Check your feelings at the door because your boys are back. Whether it's happening in the ring or on the screen, you know they've got something to say about it. Are you ready? He's Robb English. He's Clifford L. Johnson. They are WNA.
That's right, goddammit.
Yes!
I'm Robb English.
I'm Clifford L. Johnson. Yes.
And we are WNA.
Yeah.
Well, don't think any differently. That is not Clifford L. having a massive orgasm.
No, it kind of is.
It kind of is. He cries when he comes. He cries hard. Thank you for letting me come in you.
Yes.
You're such a sweet lady. I love you, sir.
What
Yes.
happened today, Rob?
Well, we just said it. Daniel Bryan has been cleared to return to the ring.
Yes.
I mean, talk about out of nowhere.
RKO?
No, something cool.
Oh.
I mean, okay, when you talk about, like I said, cold day in hell, we are talking about days like today. WWE, a publicly traded company, has said from the moment they forced Daniel Bryan to retire due to concussions, he will never compete in WWE again.
Never, ever?
Ever. Because they were concerned with lawsuits. They had that concussion lawsuit going on. They were worried, what if we clear the guy and he gets a concussion again? Or, worse, is he going to sue us? Blah, blah, blah. We have stockholders we have to answer to. And if they're wondering why we're letting somebody with a history of brain injuries compete in our ring, how does that make us look? Well,
Like terrible fucking people.
when you're looking down the barrel of Daniel Bryan's contract ending at the end of 2018 and him flat out saying, if you're not going to clear me, somebody will. They went,
Let's give you another shot.
wow. Daniel Bryan is coming back to wrestle.
Yes.
Okay, he's still got more in his balls. Let's let him get it out.
Yes.
Ooh.
All right. I think I'm empty.
All right, good. Let me break it down how I discovered this. I'm leaving work. I'm on my way home. I'm down the freeway. I'm on my way to pick up my daughter from school, and my phone buzzes. Now, I don't normally look at my phone when I'm driving. I'm a responsible individual. At least I try to be. But I did give it a glance because I was in a bit of a traffic jam, if you will. And when I looked down, I could see it was a Twitter notification and somebody mentioned us. And generally when somebody mentions us, because, we have healthy egos here on WNA, I wanted to take a look at it. And I could see that it was from a listener of ours, Brandon Minnick. And Brandon, if I am mispronouncing your last name, I apologize.
He doesn't mean it.
He tweeted at us, at Conrad Thompson, at Ring Rust Radio. I apologize if I'm missing anybody else here, but all it was a gif of Daniel Bryan screaming yes. And I thought to myself, No. I picked up my phone. I looked at one of my news sites, PW Insider to be exact, and saw Dave Shearer's post. Hell has frozen over. Daniel Bryan cleared to return to the ring. And I immediately texted Cliff and said, well, we got shit to talk about tonight.
Yes, we do.
For those that don't know who Daniel Bryan is, which most of you probably do, but I know we do have some non-wrestling fans that listen to our show, and we thank you very deeply for that. Daniel Bryan is about as classic of an underdog story as there ever was in the history of not only wrestling, but we'll say professional sports.
In life.
He's not very big. He, from the day he was able to learn how to train, honed his craft to the point to where he is one of the most technically sound and best storytellers in the ring. He has wrestled all over the world. He is fantastic to watch in the ring. And he isn't flashy. He's not, a big flippy guy. He wrestles like somebody who's trying to win a fight. Yeah. And you believe everything that he's doing. And because he's not very big, and because he looks like, he could have been a guy that was in your science class in high school, you identify with Daniel Bryan. And because of that fact, people ate him up. Not just the hardcore fans that loved him because he could tell a good story in the ring, but the casual fan. It didn't hurt the fact that he had his yes chant that everybody bought into.
Yes!
But he was just somebody that everybody identified with. And when his career was cut short due to repeated concussions, I try not to sound dramatic when I say this, but in a way it's true. Many wrestling fans kind of died a little bit when Daniel Bryan had to retire.
I don't remember if I cried or not, but I think I may have cried a little bit
when he had his retirement speech on.
Yeah.
Sure. I did get emotional during that retirement speech because when you watched it, you felt it. Not just because, he was this character that everybody identified with, but you could see a man on national television looking heartbroken and literally pouring his heart out into a microphone and crying because he knew that the one thing he loved more than anything else, his dream, was over. And it wasn't because he decided it was taken from him. Mm-hmm. And he took a few months off because even by his own admission, he couldn't even be around a wrestling ring anymore because he couldn't be in it competing. But when he came back to WWE television as a general manager, every time he came to the ring, even though he was playing his role and at times he looked like he was having a good time, you could always see it in his eyes. It's not what he wanted. And it even hurt him a little bit to even be out there doing it.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes.
It was kind of like when I didn't get picked to be Pinocchio.
Yeah.
But I was still in the play, even though I knew that I should have been Pinocchio that year.
You're right. You're just like Daniel Bryan.
Yeah. Because eventually I did get back up on that high horse.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And now I'm on TV, damn it. All right.
That's true. That's true. Were you a state finalist though? 3 years running in competitive performance art? Were you?
No, because that.
Okay, I just wanted to throw that out there.
That was for nerds.
I knew somebody that was a state finalist, for 3 years running in that. It's crazy. Anyways, Back
wonder
to
what
the
happened
story.
to that guy.
that guy works for an IT company right now and does a shitty podcast with his best friend. And dies a little inside when he looks.
Who you calling shitty?
Anyways, so when the news came out today, it was one of those things to where if you read Twitter, it was like fucking
Christmas.
It was like Christmas,
Wrestling Christmas.
and everybody got the same gift.
That's right. We all got what we wanted. We were good boys this year.
Nobody was trolling anyone. Nobody was, being shitty. It was like everybody was hugging on Twitter, and you could read it with every damn tweet that came through your timeline.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody was happy. I was even chatting with the Wretched Wrestling guys on Twitter again. And we don't like those guys.
Yeah.
And I know you're listening. Although I don't know if it was Fred or if it was Craig, but somebody popped me. One of the things that people kept tweeting about today was Marvel Avengers is the most ambitious crossover in the history of film. And somebody would put a GIF of like a great crossover, like somebody had like Uncle Jesse opening the door and Urkel walks in. Something like that. Well, the Wretched Wrestling guys did that tweet, and then their picture was the cover art that they made for our crossover show for SummerSlam last year.
Oh, yeah.
With our Lucha Nerd mask on like Hulk Hogan and then the Wretched Wrestling, title belt. I was like, wow, that was a pretty epic crossover.
Wasn't it, though?
The WNA plus WWP plus alcohol equals disaster show.
That was pretty disastrous.
You want to talk about that show, Cliff?
Not at all.
No?
Nope.
You still upset?
I'm
Moving on.
As if.
Moving on. Watch your N-words, kids. Anyways, love you, Fred. It wasn't Fred that said it though. Anyways, yeah, moving on. So Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan. Everybody was happy. Everybody was happy on Twitter. And I immediately said, and I even tweeted it out because it popped into my head when I realized it. Holy shit. I'm actually excited to like be sitting in front of my television come 8:00 when SmackDown comes on, because I know he's going to hit the ring and he's going to talk about it live.
Yes.
And sure enough, they opened showing a recap of his retirement ceremony. And then Flight of the Valkyries hit.
Which I really feel like they didn't need that retirement thing at the beginning.
No.
They could have just opened immediately with him.
Yeah.
And then they could have saved that promo package for WrestleMania.
But he came out and he addressed the talk, and it is true. He is returning to the ring. And what I thought was, he kind of started telling the story, and he gave a lot of thanks to his wife, Brie.
Every time he mentioned Brie,
he got choked up.
He was just gonna choke and pass out. Brie.
But when you hear him tell the story, you realize that in many ways, if it wasn't for her basically telling him, "Hun, if this is your dream, fight for it."
Yeah. She was his rock, and
Right.
that's what any man could use.
And the words he said that I wrote down that I thought were fantastic was, fight for your dreams. If you fight for your dreams, then your dreams will fight for you.
Yes, they will.
It was emotional.
It was.
I wasn't crying. You were crying. I wasn't crying.
I did not cry. However, I did have like super goosebumps.
Yes.
Like I was like, and I actually almost did. I almost teared up a little bit when he started talking about Bree.
Yeah.
Because I'm not much of a crier, but when other people cry, I'd be like, "Man, you're not gonna make me do it."
Look, I know I've mentioned it on the show in the past, but I'm not afraid to say it. I never used to be a crier. Ever.
Because you were an angry white kid.
I was a heartless son of a bitch. However, about 7.5 years ago, when my daughter was born, I think when my daughter popped out of my wife's vagina.
All right, graphic. But okay. I see where you're going. All right.
A switch flipped in me to where it doesn't take much to get me to cry anymore. And I feel like the biggest goddamn puss walking this planet because I cry at everything that makes me even slightly relate it back to her.
Oh.
I hear a song.
You cried at Frozen?
Movies, forget about it. We went and saw Wrinkle in Time, which is a great movie, by the way, if you haven't seen it.
I have not.
Oh.
And, I don't plan on seeing it. A, because I am not a 7-year-old girl. B, I don't have a 7-year-old girl. And C, because I'm not a 7-year-old girl.
I thought you were going to say because you didn't get the part that you auditioned for.
Well, I wasn't going to say that on the record. Thanks,
I'm kind of shocked that you don't want to support a black woman filmmaker.
You know what? And that's, first of all, that's racist.
Why do I got to do it?
Second of all,
why do I got to do it? You can't even do it.
Because, Callie's woke. You have to.
And I'm 1%.
Yeah, so you have to. But for me, this is, and I actually got into a big to-do about it on the social medias, which is why I have taken a brief hiatus away from Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to ask you about that. I saw that post on Facebook. What happened? Who hurt you?
Well, who hurt you? Well, this is actually twofold, and I guess if you want to take a sidebar from the Daniel Bryan thing,
this is WNA.
All right, fuck it.
The subtitle for WNA is always sidebar. Go ahead.
Awesome. Okay, so the first part of it was about A Wrinkle in Time. Somebody had posted something like,
I believe it was your cousin.
I don't remember who it was, but it was like, yeah, it was just like, make sure you go support A Wrinkle in Time, like you supported Black Panther.
Yes, it was your cousin.
I was like, no,
because I commented on his post.
And I'm like, no, I don't want to go see A Wrinkle in Time. I don't give a shit that Oprah's in this movie. I don't care because I'm not a 7-year-old girl. Like, I don't care about it. And I understand that, yes, as a black person, I'm supposed to support all things black, but they're not getting my money. Disney just got my money. They just got a whole lot of it for Black Panther. They just so happen to be under the same company, and I ain't going to see it. Now, at some point, I may just say, you know what? Maybe I will go see it for the culture, But I don't want, you can't force me to go see A Wrinkle in Time just because Ava DuVernay directed it. And I love Ava DuVernay. I think Queen Sugar is amazing.
Selma.
But Selma was amazing. But Selma was a grown-up movie for grown-up people.
So is A Wrinkle in Time.
Boy, stop.
A Wrinkle in Time was able to tell a complex, there were complex themes that they were able to get across to kids in this movie. And the thing that I thought was pretty awesome about it is it was a very ethnically diverse cast.
Mm-hmm.
And not a damn word of it was mentioned. It was just like, here's the cast. Just like normal life.
Right.
You weren't beat over the head with it like most movies might try to do with you.
Hey, look at this gay guy.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Hey, look at this. The white girl and the black girl are best friends. Weird, huh?
Huh? Crazy.
So
I get it to be progressive, and I applaud the film and the filmmakers for doing it. I just don't particularly care about that story. Nor do I have a child that's old enough to understand even what it means. So, if Kevin was 7, maybe I'd let him go see it just so he can see, a nice epic Disney tale. But he's 2, so actually he's not even 2 yet. So he don't need to see A Wrinkle in Time yet.
So now we're going to go from your sidebar back to my sidebar.
Mm-hmm.
We went and saw Wrinkle in Time.
There you go.
And I got emotional in the movie theater.
You cried.
Because the little girl saved her daddy. Spoilers.
Thanks a lot. So even if I did want to go see it now, you've ruined it.
If I hear a song on the radio and the lyrics even make me think of my daughter, I cry.
So if you hear, I'm going back to Cali.
No. Just, like
California.
No.
Love.
They don't have to reference her name at all. It's just like if the lyrics make me think of something, for my daughter or anything like that, or how I hope that my daughter grows up to be.
Ooh, I got one that you'll definitely cry on. I don't want to close my heart. I don't want to fall asleep 'cause I miss you, babe. And I don't want to miss a thing. 'Cause even when I dream of you. Did that get you?
No, because that movie's like 20 years old now.
It's not about the movie. It's about the song, man.
No.
And that was fucking Tyler's fucking song to his daughter, man.
I mean, Steven Tyler.
That's what I said.
Okay. No, that doesn't do it at all because it's Steven fucking Tyler. And no.
What's wrong with Steven Tyler?
What isn't wrong with Steven Tyler?
You know what? I can't with you right now.
Hey, you know what? I have no shame in admitting one of the first concerts I've ever been to was Aerosmith.
There shouldn't be any shame because Aerosmith is one of the greatest bands of all time. And you know that because your punk ass introduced me to Aerosmith. So what the hell are you talking about?
Oh, you got Aerosmith on your shit right now on your Spotify? You got that?
I do, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah. Greatest hits, homie.
Name another Aerosmith song.
Fucking Walk This Way.
Oh, come on. But you can't pull the easy one. You can't pull the easy
you said
one.
Name another one. You didn't say name another fucking...
Name another one besides Walk This Way.
Fucking... I don't fucking know right now. Get off my back.
Anyways,
I already named one.
Daniel Bryan. One of the best moments that got me a little choked up when
I'm gonna choke you up in a minute.
So now on to the fun stuff, right?
the promo was happening in the ring is when he said, now I don't know
exactly
when I'm going to get back in the ring.
or where
And the crowd starts
I will get back
chanting,
in this ring.
and while pointing at the sign like all the wrestlers do. It was one of those like not planned, goosebump inducing. Okay, this is one of the cool things about
Does
wrestling,
that sound like a good idea?
that I was like, oh wow, to where even he kind of gave the look around to the crowd when they started doing it. He smiled, and then he looked up at the sign, and I was like, okay, that wasn't planned,
Right.
but it was one of those moments where everybody was so happy at the thought that he's back. Everybody was a part of the show at that moment. So how did this happen? Well,
How?
as he talked about in his promo, ever since they basically told him we're going to make you hang it up, he has been seeing numerous specialists and doctors, and they've been evaluating and reevaluating and reevaluating over and over and over again. Countless tests. He kept getting cleared by doctors. But the one hurdle that he could not get over was Dr. Maroon, the WWE's doctor, getting him to sign off on it. Right around the time when he started to feel like it just wasn't going to happen, he decided to look into some sort of unproven, not really tested, experimental treatment for his brain, which is, I believe it's like hyperbaric treatment.
Mm-hmm.
That supposedly works to heal some of the damage done due to concussions. They told him that after it was something like 50 treatments, he should see quite a bit of improvement and be on the road to, potentially being healed. After he had all those treatments, then he started to kind of press again on WWE, like, hey, I'm getting cleared by all these people. When are we doing this? And they decided to send him around to more specialists, and he kept getting cleared. Couple that with the fact, like we talked about before, his contract is coming due at the end of the year. And it was well known, if you're not going to clear me, I am going to wrestle again. I just won't be doing it for you.
Do you think, okay, so with all intents and purposes that he actually is cleared, so of course, but do you feel like the added pressure of him leaving at the end of the year or in September, whenever his contract is up, do you think that was more of a deciding factor? Or do you think that it was a coincidence? Do you think that Vince McMahon got into the doctor's ear like, hey, you can go ahead and clear him, because if you don't, he's going to be out of here soon, and we need him, and we need his money and his merchandise.
No, I don't think that is the case. Now, do I think it's a situation where he kept getting all of the same results, and WWE realizing, look, would we rather answer to the shareholders as to why we let somebody like Daniel Bryan go and he's now wrestling for potentially competition like New Japan Pro Wrestling, and have them question us on why we would let that guy go?
Mm-hmm.
Or would we rather deal with them potentially saying, why are you letting a guy wrestle in your ring that you wrote off, that you said you cannot compete anymore because of your head trauma? Do you run the risk of people, in the press, calling you out on it? I think the situation here is that they can point to the evidence now and say, yes, we allowed this guy to get back in the ring, even if he gets another head injury, which bear in mind, Daniel Bryan gets another concussion. They're writing him out for good.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like that's not been said at all. You know, nobody has said that. Nobody, you didn't see a tweet from Triple H saying, hey, we're clearing Daniel Bryan, but this motherfucker gets another concussion. He's done. But that's true. And even he's got to be thinking that. So does that mean Daniel Bryan's going to adjust his style a little bit? I'm certain.
For sure.
Does it mean that you're not going to see a lot of, blows to the head for Daniel Bryan? Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure of that.
You think they'll protect him like that?
I think they'll protect him to a point. If you look at what happened at the end of SmackDown,
which I haven't.
Okay,
I'm
well,
at the end of it now.
The attack that happens to Daniel Bryan is let off. The attack that happens to Daniel Bryan.
What the fuck, bro? Didn't I just say I didn't watch it?
I don't give a shit. We're talking to the people on Friday.
Wow.
So let's jump into the future. The attack that happens to Daniel Bryan is let off with Kevin Owens throwing a forearm to his head.
Wow.
So you got to think that there's some concern, but there's also people going, hey, he got cleared. Like, we can't, this is not ballet, as they say. We can't pussyfoot around it. We're going to have to do what we got to do and hope that the worst doesn't happen. But we can try to protect against it in any way that we can.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only way. And that was what I was thinking. Like, do you think they're going to protect him to the point to where it's like he's going to be wrestling like not like he used to wrestle, and that they're going to take, okay, well, he's not going to take, they're not going to have blows to the head. If he has a match with Shinsuke Nakamura, they're not going to let him do the Kinshasa on him. If he has a match with AJ Styles, will they not let him hit him with the fucking flying elbow or the phenomenal elbow, forearm, whatever you call it? Like, a lot of moves nowadays are blows to the head. I mean, most of the roster either have finishing maneuvers or signature maneuvers to the head.
Well, let's not even look at it from that point of view. Let's also look at it from the point of view of the kind of competitor that Daniel Bryan is. He's one of those, we got to make it look real kind of guys, right? He's stiff. They lay it in. As William Regal says, Daniel Bryan likes to work snug. While they're not full on punching each other in the face, they're not easing up on those shots either.
True.
When they're throwing that forearm to the jaw, it's coming in hot,
Yeah.
So look at all the big names on the roster right now. They all tend to work that style. And especially when they're in the ring with somebody that likes to work that style. You mean to tell me that if Daniel Bryan's across the ring from AJ Styles, they're not going all in?
Right.
You mean to tell me that if Daniel Bryan finally gets to get in the ring with Shinsuke Nakamura, that they're not going to be laying some of those shots in?
Yeah, man. And that's what I'm afraid of.
Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, Samoa
Joe.
fucking Joe. The battles those guys had in Ring of Honor. Go down the list. Seth Rollins. I was front row for Daniel Bryan / Bryan Danielson versus Tyler Black / Seth Rollins. Those motherfuckers beat each other's ass, and I was there for it. Daniel Bryan landed in our friend Mark's lap. Head all in his nuts. On pay-per-view. They're not going to ease up. You know, they're going to lay it in. So at what point do you say to somebody like a Daniel Bryan, hey, I know you don't want to do this, but for the sake of you, for the sake of us, for the sake of your daughter, can you just tone it down a little bit? Can you go from 11 to like 7?
Right.
You know? I mean, it's kind of it has to happen. It would make no sense for his first match back in the ring for him to show out, get a blow to the head, and we hear fucking the next night Daniel Bryan suffered another concussion. He has been written out of WWE storylines.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
Can we not speak that right now?
So the when.
This is supposed to be happy time, Rob.
The when. When is it happening? Hashtag Cliff called it.
Damn right. WrestleMania.
WrestleMania. You are likely going to be getting, after what happened at the end of SmackDown, Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon taking on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Initially, when I was thinking this was going to be a triple threat, and I think I even mentioned it in the last week's episode, triple threat with Daniel Bryan as the referee, I didn't care. But now if it's a tag match, I'm in. Even if it's just for the simple fact that Daniel Bryan can be protected a little bit. He can hang out on the apron. Shane can do a lot of the work with his horrible rabbit punches. And every now and again,
the worst rabbit punches
tag in
ever.
Daniel Bryan. The negatives, though, we've already kind of talked about that. We're still talking about a guy with a history of brain trauma. And with the sports world being what it is now, with the research that has been done lately, with the fact that there's a pretty definitive link now between concussions and ALS and, you know, depression, suicidal thoughts. I mean, you can run down the list of pro football players and professional wrestlers that died young because of what looks to be traumatic brain injury.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to, I mean, I hesitate to bring it up, but I look at an example like Mike Awesome. Okay. Unfortunately, Mike Awesome took his own life. But when you look back at all those battles in ECW with Masato Tanaka, and even before that in FMW in Japan with Masato Tanaka, when Mike Awesome wrestled as a gladiator, those just deafening, deadly, brutal, unprotected chair shots to the head.
Yeah, those were nasty.
And you see the link now where you look at pro football player Junior Seau. He had how many concussions? Some of which I'm sure were undocumented. His family turned his brain over to the Sports Legacy Institute for study. he took his own life. And this was a guy who, by all accounts, was a happy family man. It's not a well-documented link, but it's something that is often discussed, that yes, there appears to be a link to this. But with what we understand about concussions now, is there, as much as we want this, is this something that, I don't know, should it happen?
Yes, it should happen.
Because as you said last week with steroids.
Hey, I love it. So, if anything happens to Daniel Bryan, that sucks. That would suck. It'd be the worst thing in the effing world. But as of right now, it's been 2 years. The doctors say he's cleared. He's been to a million, billion, trillion specialists. So, hey, let that man wrestle.
Let them fight.
All right. I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm not creaming my jeans like my man Clifford L over here. You got any left in the tank, or you all tapped out?
But,
Give it a tug. Come on, give it a tug.
yes!
There we go. There we go. All right.
Ooh, I think
You know,
some
all
blood
those
came out that time.
Ew. All those ladies that listen to our show and tweet at us about how much they love Clifford L's voice. Who's the one having screaming orgasms over a man
First of all,
getting to get back in the ring in his underwear?
don't act like you weren't man crushing over the phone earlier. Dude, oh my God,
I don't do that.
it's happening, bro.
I don't do that.
Sure you don't. I'm going to screenshot it and put it on the WNA page.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
So when we talk about things finally happening, I want to point to something else that finally happened. Something that fans have been waiting for a long time, ever since the Hardy Boys returned to WWE. Woken / broken Matt Hardy.
Yes.
And the ultimate deletion happened on Monday between him and Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt, welcome to the Hardy compound. Follow the music.
What were your thoughts?
First of all, my first thought was I would like to punch Michael Cole in the face.
Yeah, what was that about?
Because I don't know who told him to say it,
pal.
but it was by far, it was like he just killed the whole angle before it even started.
Literally took a hefty shit on it before it even came out.
I was like, wait, what? Why would you say that? Like, this is your main event. Obviously, somebody took it amongst themselves to make this the main event of the show. And you shit on it, like, right away. I was like, wait, that's so stupid.
Look,
but then I'm like, okay, whatever. The whole angle was weird as shit, but it was Matt Hardy. It was what we've come to expect from, a match on the Hardy compound. So I thought it was great. I don't think it was as great as the first the TNA's version. Because TNA, he was able to just do whatever the fuck he wanted to. But WWE kind of held it back a little bit, but I was still entertained. I thought it was funny. You can't take any of the woke and broken stuff seriously.
No.
Otherwise, you would just be like, this is so stupid, man. I can't even think. You'd sound like Michael Cole. But from knowing what to expect and what Matt has done with the woken / broken character, I thought it was fucking awesome. So it gets 4 or 5 clips for me.
Look, if that was Michael Cole just riffing on his own, then it was dumb. Because like you said, you are just throwing a hefty amount of shade. You are just dumping buckets of water on this fire before it even has a chance to grow.
Yeah.
However, those announcers don't say basically a damn word unless it comes from a certain guy over the headset.
Right.
And that certain guy is 70-something-year-old Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Vinnie Mac.
So if he was told to say that by Vince McMahon, again, what the fuck are you doing? If you're just doing it to fuel a storyline, it's a bad idea because it shits on whatever just happened before it even happens. And if it wasn't for a storyline, if this is you shooting on it, motherfucker, you're putting it on your own goddamn show.
Right. So what's the point?
And if you are shitting on it because you think it's dumb,
why
I ask
are you allowing it to happen?
on your own television, is this any worse than the House of Horrors match?
No!
Oh my goodness.
Is this any worse than Triple H fucking a corpse?
No!
Is this any worse than Mae Young giving birth to a hand?
No!
Not at all.
Is this any worse than the Dr. Heine sketch in which you pulled a mannequin head that looked like Jim Ross out of supposedly Jim Ross's ass days after he had surgery to remove cancer from his colon?
No! 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 No!
If this is worse than that, why are you bothering?
Yeah. That was just absolutely ridiculous.
So it all points to one thing. What was the fucking point of saying it? It does nothing for the segment. And it does nothing for any potential storyline that could come out of it. Because you've already made him look stupid. Moving on.
I thought you had some more.
No, I don't.
I thought you had some more white boy angst in there to let
No,
out.
I got some more coming up. Don't worry.
All right. Well, I thought it was great.
It was tame.
I'm loving the tweets that are talking about how Bray Wyatt
was deleted so that Daniel Bryan could be resurrected.
Do not ever forget Bray Wyatt's sacrifice.
That's right. Bray Wyatt disappeared in the Lake of Reincarnation on the Hardy compound, and the Lake of Reincarnation took the life force of Sister Abigail and Bray Wyatt and bestowed it upon Daniel Bryan so that he could wrestle again. And what I think is even better is Bray Wyatt tweeted out one word: goodbye.
Really?
Yes.
I'm wondering what that means.
What I think it means?
It better not be no fucking Husky Harris, I'll tell you that.
I believe Matt Hardy will be getting a new disciple.
You think so?
In the Woken Warriors, yes, I believe Brother Harris will be joining him soon.
Oh, no.
No, I feel like we could see we could see a character change for Bray Wyatt. He needs something because they've just destroyed that character. I mean, you remember when that character debuted, how fresh and different it was, and everybody was fucking amazing. Excited for Bray Wyatt.
The crazy thing is that we all got excited about Bray Wyatt. The WWE Universe got behind Bray Wyatt. He started killing it in his promos, in his in-ring. But I felt like the brass just didn't see it. Like they understood what they had, but they didn't capitalize on it. And they were never able to flip that switch like they ended up doing with Daniel Bryan to say, you know what, the fans really, really, really do like this guy. We should probably not treat him like a mid-card jobber. We should push him. And I thought that all of that was going to end after last year's Elimination Chamber when they finally put the belt on him. They don't even mention the fact that he's a former WWE champion.
Never.
It's like, you know, when Finn Balor comes out, it's always like the first ever Universal Champion. But it's like never like Bray Wyatt, a former WWE champion. Like it's like they don't even care that it happened. And it's just like, what in there? Why? What did he do? Is it because he fucked JoJo? Like,
I don't know.
What happened? Like there has to be something because the character is great. His performances have been great. His in-ring ability is awesome. But it's like they never want to strap the rocket to him.
Nope.
So I don't know what it is, and it sucks that, you know, if he has to come back as someone else, or even if he comes back as, you know, not Husky Harris, but, you know, whatever his real name is, Rotunda. Maybe they'll do that. I don't know, but only time will tell at this point. I would love to see what they do to him because I know they're not going to leave him off TV for long, but, you know, maybe they'll wait till after WrestleMania or something. I don't know.
Maybe. You know, you mentioned Finn Balor, and I don't have this on my my outline here, but it popped it into my head when you mentioned Finn Balor. He's got the new ring gear, right? Uh-huh. He's got the Pepsi blue leather jacket and the matching, you know, boots and knee pads and trunks. I don't know if it's because it's a different color or what. But we talk about Jinder Mahal and his aggressive nipples. Have you ever noticed with these new trunks that Finn Balor
where are you going with this? Was he got the old Irish ladle? Is that what you're talking about?
The fucking goddamn shillelagh. Fucking Finn Balor. Son of a bitch. I mean, it's hard to not see it. He gets up on the apron and does the dick swing at the camera. And I feel like I got 3D glasses on. I'm watching it on my big screen thinking I'm in IMAX. I mean, son of a bitch. So, what else do you need in this world, Finn? What else do you need to make all of us other men feel inadequate around you? You look like a damn model. You are talented in the ring. You have abs that look like they're a special effect.
Oh, man.
And now you could put out somebody's eye in the fourth row. Maybe that's the demon. Maybe that's where. Maybe that's where it comes from. Everybody's got that thing inside them that, well, no, you got it, and it's inside something. It's inside your short. God damn, Finn. Fucking walks around with that BC on his shirt, Bullet Club. No, BC stands for Big Cock. That's what that stands for.
OGBC.
OGBC. Oh, God, Big Cock. Oh, all right. I'm sorry.
I'm shedding real tears right now.
I had to share that. I'm sorry. I had to get that off my chest.
Oh,
then again,
shit.
so did Finn. Oh, all right. So, speaking of nonsense, things that just don't make any sense in this world, John Cena's promo. Okay, you talk about fucking white boy hostility. I'm bringing it out right now.
Yeah, he's got all the angles.
John
right
Cena's promo. Okay.
As long as there is a WWE, the name Undertaker has meaning. Well, get ready and hold on to your seats, because the Undertaker's response to my challenge at WrestleMania is nothing. And that is the biggest mistake the Undertaker has ever made.
All John Cena promos start off like this, and then he starts talking to the audience, and then his voice trails off, and he starts to talk like this. Undertaker, you need to get off your ass and talk to me about whether or not you're going to take this match, not just for me, not just for you, but for each and every one of these fans out here. Why do all of his promos go into, like, he kind of does this like pseudo, like pastor at a church?
I was gonna say he's like a ghetto preacher.
Yes. His promos start to veer off into this weird, like, where his voice starts to go up. Never mind the fact that
He went to the Shawn Michaels school of voice changing.
but he didn't even push it as hard as Michaels does. His is like just at the end of whatever word he's saying. Like if he says,
So is it-
get in this ring, he'll say, get in this ring.
He's trying something new, maybe. I don't know. Do you have more of a how he's saying it or what he's
No,
saying?
it's also what he's saying.
Mm.
The promos now are just so like, I know he doesn't get scripts. He speaks from the heart, supposedly. He's one of the few that's allowed to ad-lib, but his ad-libs sound scripted. Am I wrong?
No. I'm on your side.
And I feel
Today.
like we mentioned it last week. Everybody, I think, is starting to believe it. He keeps hitting all these notes about the dead man, and he's calling like the stupid casket and, you know, things like that. I think now if Undertaker doesn't come out as Biker Taker, people are going to be disappointed.
You think?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I feel like his promos now are kind of beating people over the head with, I'm calling out the dead man, guys. I'm not calling out anyone but the dead man. I'm calling out the Undertaker. I'm calling out the guy with the lightning powers. I'm calling out the guy who brings caskets to the ring. So that when
And me, Mark Callis, going
exactly
put hands on.
So that when Biker Taker comes out, he can act like I didn't want that guy. I wanted the other guy.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't
I think it
happen,
will be cool though.
if he can't do that, if he comes out as Dead Man Taker, I think people are going to shit on it.
Man, that's still the Undertaker guy.
That's if his hip holds out.
It'll hold out. How long ago was that surgery?
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked if he didn't have another one after he retired. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I think you'll be fine. Either way, but at this point, I would like to see Biker Taker.
I think everybody would like to see Biker Taker.
Yeah, because why not? He hung up the fucking the hat and the trench coat and the gloves. And then, just go put a bandana on. Now, the only thing that sucks right now is that Biker Taker isn't relevant.
No.
And there's not really much, like Sons of Anarchy is not popping anymore. So he'd have to come back as like Thanos Taker. Like he'd have to be some sort of Marvel superhero now.
Let me put it this way.
But
the last time Biker Taker was seen in a WWE ring, okay, there are probably dudes that are watching the show right now, dudes, girls, whatever, that don't even remember him. Because when Biker Taker was on their TV last, they were maybe 2 or 3 years old.
mm-hmm.
So like you said, if all of a sudden American Badass Taker comes out on a motorcycle, they're going to be like, well, where's the smoke?
Right.
Where's the blue lights? Where's the trench coat? Where's the hat?
Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, as much as I would like him to come out to American Badass, that song's old as shit. And I guess it'll be cool for nostalgia purposes, but...
And let me ask you this. Would it make any sense at all for The Undertaker to potentially have his last match be as Biker Taker?
Maybe he'll come back for a nice little
Son of a bitch.
Give him one more shot at the title. Give him a Goldberg send-off.
Okay, another thing that's nonsense.
Give him a Goldberg send-off and have him go into the WWE Hall of Fame next year.
No.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Hall of Fame, your boy's in the Hall of Fame.
He's in the Hall of Pain.
Your boy Mizark.
Mizark Henry, sexual chocolate. The chocolate mudslide.
Yeah, right on.
Mae Young's hand baby daddy.
Sexual, baby.
Sexual, baby.
Sorry, anytime somebody says sexual chocolate, I just want to stomp my feet and go, sexual chocolate! Sexual chocolate!
Congratulations to Big Mark Henry on your WWE Hall of Fame induction.
So now...
I didn't think it was going to happen.
Neither did I.
Jeez.
So you know what this means? One of the most successful factions in the history of wrestling is now the Nation of Domination.
You got Farouk and Mark Henry
And the Godfather.
and the Godfather.
The only one not in there is
I have a
D'Lo.
question. How is The Rock not in the,
The
WWE
Rock is
Hall
not
of
in
Fame?
the WWE Hall of Fame.
How?
Because he's not ready.
How, Sway?
I don't know.
I was just looking at that
Look.
yesterday. I was looking at everybody who was in it, and I'm like,
Do I need to use this argument again that we used last week?
use it.
Who's
Shitty.
James Dudley?
I don't fucking know.
Exactly. He was Vince McMahon's limo
Vince
driver.
McMahon's limo
He's in the
driver,
WWE
yeah.
Hall of Fame.
But that's old.
There is
shit.
no rhyme or reason.
The Hall of Fame in the last couple of years have been like people where we're like, yo, Macho Man, hell yeah, Ultimate Warrior, hell yeah. Like, these people deserve to be in the WWE Hall
The
of
Hall
Fame.
of Fame each year now follows a pattern. Okay. There's always one women's entrance. There's always one posthumous entrance.
Mm-hmm.
There's always one tag team. There's always one headline guy. There's a celebrity person. There's the Warrior Award winner. And then there's somebody who is either a holy shit, how did that guy get in the Hall of Fame?
Mm-hmm.
Or there's a, yeah, I guess so. And this year, there's two of those people. And you could use them for either listing. And that's Jeff Jarrett and Mark Henry. Holy shit, how did that guy get in there? And yeah, I guess so.
Nah, I wouldn't say I guess so for Mark Henry.
Why?
Because he's he's great. Mark Henry deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
If it even whatever my thought process of what somebody has to do to deserve, I don't fucking know. Because, like you said, there are no requirements. But for somebody who's had how long Mark's been in the WWE for almost 20 years.
Over 20 years.
If not, has it been longer than 20 years? It's been longer than
96,
20
I
years.
think.
Yeah. So for him to have, the career that he's had and the success that he's had, for them to finally put the belt on him and the run he had and as the Hall of Pain mark and everything that he's done outside, all of his philanthropy work and all that, I think that resume itself, and the fact that he's retiring from in-ring competition, which I don't know has been publicly said, but I guess at this point it's kind of, a foregone conclusion. But I think he deserves it, and I wouldn't say, maybe. I would say that for Jeff Jarrett, for sure. Like, holy shit, how did that happen? And I don't really care. But I definitely care about Mark.
Yeah.
Sure. But everybody else, I'm still like, how the fuck The Rock isn't in the WWE Hall of Fame? Yeah, I don't know.
How come the Midnight Express isn't in the WWE Hall of Fame?
Midnight Express suck.
I'm gonna end this conversation right now because I don't even know what else to say to you.
I'll just give you an aneurysm.
You know what's funny? You said that. I literally felt the spirit of Chris Richardson rise up in my chest. How dare you?
No, I don't know why they aren't either. But that's what I'm saying. I mean, there's a whole bunch of people that definitely should be in the Hall of Fame by whatever your
Arn Anderson's
your
in for the
bar
Four
is.
Horsemen. Arn Anderson should be in on his own.
Well, but he's already in for the Four Horsemen, so it's fine. He's in. He's got one ring. He don't need two. He's not Ric Flair.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know why Rick has two.
Because he's Ric fucking Flair.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Hulk Hogan should have two.
Hulk Hogan's a racist.
Oh, yeah. I recant my statement for the culture.
There you go. See? If you won't go see Wrinkle in Time, the least you can do
is hate Hulk Hogan.
Don't have a segue for this, so I'm going to move on to backstage at Raw. Samoa Joe
Terrible.
was backstage at Raw.
I definitely could have. I could have figured out a way to connect races and Samoa
Go ahead,
Joe.
do it.
Come on, just talk about Samoans and coconuts and stuff.
Okay, I'll try. Here we go. So speaking of Hulk Hogan and people that he hated, he probably hated them goddamn Samoans and called them damn coconut eating bastards. Moving on. Wow, I took it too far. I'm sorry. I can't.
You did. Wow. Beep. The thoughts and expressions today by Robert English is not of the WNA podcast. Please send all hate mail to WNApodcast@gmail.com. Beep. Continue.
I'm sorry. All Samoans listening. I don't think you're coconut eating bastards. I think you're lovely people.
Terrible. Mm-hmm.
I'm terrified of every one of you.
Oh, why are you terrified of Samoans, right?
God damn it. I can't.
Is there some sort of predisposition that would have you terrified of Samoans?
No, it's not that. I can't. You made this happen. You did this. Not me.
Oh, okay. So you're like all the other white people I know, and you blame everything else on other people.
Well, if it wasn't for people like you.
People like
me. With your goddamn rap music and your
big lips. Yeah. Is that what you want to say,
No.
Rob? You know what?
By the way, I found this really great fried chicken place near my house. That
Wow. Wow. I didn't know you were going to go there, but you went there. Wow. Okay. Now I'm going to have to start calling you.
That's not what I thought you were going to say. Thought you were going to tell me I had to be on a different show now.
It was going to come out, but I was like, nah, I ain't going to say it. But anywho, backstage at
Raw, thank you, was Samoa Joe working towards getting himself cleared. I truly, truly wish that they find a way to get Samoa Joe on the WrestleMania card.
I would
because
love
if
it.
this guy misses 2 WrestleManias in a row,
hey, he ain't got that much time.
No.
But what are you gonna do with him though?
Andre Battle Royal?
Are you gonna shove him into the Battle Royal? No. For what? That does not need to be. I would rather not see him than see him in the Battle Royal.
Why can't he be Braun's partner?
I would be okay with that, but it would be stupid. I'd be okay with that just so they can just be the most dominant tag team ever. That would be actually
And then
cool,
you have a
but-
breakup feud between
no
the two of them.
build-up.
And the winner becomes the number one contender for the Universal title at SummerSlam. And then it ends in a double DQ. And then it's a triple threat match. Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman versus Samoa Joe.
It sounds like a good idea,
You're welcome.
but I would prefer him to just show up at Raw and beat the crap out of Roman Reigns the next night on Raw. Brock Lesnar's going to be gone. Roman's going to need somebody to go against. Might as well be Joe.
Okay, sidebar. I am currently watching the first episode of WCW Thunder on the WWE Network right now. Something that
That's
bothers me about Lex Luger.
Besides him sucking?
Yes. How come whenever he cut a promo, he always made an L with his hand?
Because
He would always point at the camera and talk, and his thumb was always up in the air. And he was making like a letter L with his hand. At all times.
Because his name is Lex Luger.
I don't think that was intentional.
Huh. But you noticed it.
That's all steroids, sir.
You say steroids just made his thumb
Made his
stick
thumb
out.
stick out. Oh, Louis
Stupid.
Spicolli. Louis Spicolli. Wow. Forgot about that. Damn. Probably not long after this, he died.
What?
Anyways,
What is you talking
Louis
about?
Spicolli, WCW on Thunder. He is currently taking on, who's getting ready to make their way out to the ring here? Louis Spicolli versus... Man, that Thunder set for those first few episodes, why was it like this giant mountain that would open up with like lasers?
They were trying their
Holy
hardest.
shit, Rick Martel.
Hey.
Talk about the riveting action in WCW. We have Thunder, Louis Spicolli taking on Rick Martel.
Was that the first Thunder match?
The second Thunder match. The first Thunder match was gentleman Chris Adams getting his ass beat by Macho Man Randy Savage.
Huh. Smack Thunder.
Mhm.
Thunder down.
Rick Martel rocking the pleather.
SmackDown was before Thunder, right? Or was Thunder first?
I think Thunder was first because I think SmackDown happened in '99. Yeah.
Really? So SmackDown was in response
Yes.
to Thunder. Huh. For some reason, my brain remembers it being the other way around.
No, Rick Martel rocking the pleather trunks with the white leopard print waistband.
Are you noticing anything else?
No. No,
You
the
sure?
camera isn't that close.
Yes, even with Finn, it could be in the
It
wide
could.
shot.
Goddamn, Finn.
The fucking crane
Jesus
shot
Christ.
from the rafters.
The reason why they call that tag team the Club, because son of a bitch, Finn Balor could take out a baby seal.
You didn't just hear it, but I just
Did you netcon the mic? Y'all don't know about netcon. It's an inside joke.
oh, shit.
Copyright frat house.
Today was
Another
fun.
person backstage at Raw, Big Cass, who is telling everybody
Big ass.
he is cleared.
Big ass piece of shit.
Speaking of big ass piece of shit, I'm watching The Flock come out right now. You got Raven, you got Kidman, you got Saturn, you got Lodi, you got Riggs. Why the fuck was Van Hammer in The Flock?
knows? That's what they just stick people. Why did Billy Kidman join the flock?
True.
They're like, we need a place to put somebody. You go there.
Okay, so you don't want Samoa Joe in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Can I tell you, I think Big Cass is going to make his return as a surprise entrance in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and he will win it all?
I would be okay with that.
You'd be okay with him being the latest Andre Battle Royal winner?
I would.
Will he be the first Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner that actually does something with the title?
No. Because nobody gives a shit about that.
Speaking of nobody gives a shit, have you heard of Aero Lucha?
I only heard about it because I Googled it.
Well, apparently Aero Lucha is the company that is being started by the Harris brothers, former minority owners of TNA/Impact Wrestling. The Harris brothers...
The Harris brothers are black?
No. The Harris brothers actually would be offended that you said that, because aren't the Harris brothers Nazis?
Are they Nazis?
Yeah.
They're not
Bro,
Nazis.
Google that shit right now.
Dude, they're skinheads, but they're not like really,
The
really,
fucking
really
Harris
skinheads.
brothers have matching tattoos on their arms that is the Nazi SS logo.
No.
Yes. And then one of them, I think, fucking tried to turn it into something else and had like these weird like branches or tribal design coming off the SS. I'm telling you right now, look it up. Type in Harris Brothers SS
Nazi.
or Harris Brothers Nazis.
What? What?
You see it?
Yeah.
No, the one fucking image that pops up. You got the two of them standing side by side. You can see the SS logo tattoos, and they got these tribal designs coming off of it. But then if you look at the next photo, you got fucking one of the fucking Harris brothers, whether it's Ron or it's Don, coming out on a TNA pay-per-view wearing a flat-out Nazi SS t-shirt.
Holy shnikes. How in the hell did we not know this?
I think it was known.
What?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of it. You know what? You've just blown my mind. You've blown it today.
Here you go.
Wow.
So Nazis now own this new lucha company.
I can't even
And the big news that came out is that they apparently, initially it was reported that they had signed Rey Mysterio, but now it has since been changed that Rey Mysterio now owns a minority stake in Aero Lucha. But it's being done in a way to where they're saying, and you can too. Apparently they're out there now, like kind of half-ass crowdsourcing to where you can buy stock and ownership in Aero Lucha.
Wow. Well, Rob, here's your chance.
Isn't this kind of like when Jeff Jarrett was trying to do the whole like, send me your gold so I can fund Global Force Wrestling? Why are people in wrestling carnies?
That's just what they do. I mean, you got to think in all reality, that is how wrestling has been. It's a traveling circus.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, look at this. Hiroyoshi Tenzan, NWO Japan, coming out with his little bull helmet. Wow, we sidebarred pretty rapidly there, didn't we?
Yeah, what the hell are you talking about?
I'm just distracted. Thinking of fucking Finn Balor's horse cock.
Wow. Now you're thinking
No.
about it. Nope.
No.
You said it.
Not thinking about it. Not thinking about it. I need to.
Hey,
What?
didn't Sin Cara join 205 Live at one point?
I don't know.
I could have swore I remember him being on there. Anywho, whatever. I'm done
Okay.
with this.
All right.
You got any more wrestling shit to
No.
talk about?
No.
Do we have any regular shit to talk about? Or has it
I already
kinda
bought
been
my
like
tickets for
a long
Infinity
time?
War.
Oh, did you? Yeah. Are you going to go see that for the culture?
Yep. Got to represent the white man.
Yeah. That's right. Because, you know, you guys don't have
Somebody's
enough.
gotta.
Yeah. Crazy, right?
I mean, some bitch.
Huh. Can't believe it, man. They're taking
They are.
everything.
Taking everything from us.
Your jobs, your coal.
Your coal. No, Donald Trump's fighting for that coal. That clean, beautiful, wonderful coal.
They're taking
We have
everything.
the best coal. Believe me.
Believe me, we have the best coal. I know all the get coal people.
Everybody's saying it. They're all saying we have the most beautiful coal. So, I don't know. Are we done?
I'm Clifford L. Johnson.
I mean, I figure you're spent. You've
Yeah. I mean, my load has been gone for an hour
some
now.
orange slices is what you need.
Oh, for sure. I'm on my way to the refrigerator right
Banana,
now.
you need that potassium.
Well, actually, I've been drinking a banana smoothie this whole
That's true.
time.
You made
Yeah.
sure to tell me you put a lot of nuts in your smoothie.
I did.
D's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've been all over the board today. We've been talking about your nuts, talking about Finn's cock.
You know what? It's really Daniel Bryan has he ruined
He
the
did.
show, basically.
We
We were going to talk about so much other stuff.
but he kind of took over most of the show, and then that, we were excited and we started talking about other things. And I mean, it's WNA, damn it. This is what we do.
That's right.
We
do what
live
we wanna
off
do.
topic.
Damn it. And if you don't like it, you can suck a whole fat
That's
bag
right.
of D.
Whole fat bag of D.
But hey, probably 90% of this show was about wrestling
There
today.
you go.
So I think our marquee fans will love
That's
it.
right.
Yeah. We talked about wrestling, guys.
2 weeks in a row.
Maybe we're getting
We're on a
back to it.
3-week streak, and 2 of them have been about wrestling.
The streak is
That's right.
on.
So if you want to follow the show on Twitter, please do so. WNA Podcast. Follow me on Twitter at that Rob guy. That is Rob with 2 B's. If you want to follow Cliff on Twitter,
To Weistovich.
if you want to follow Cliff on Twitter, you can do so at Cliff Does It All. Buy our t-shirt at stayred.spreadshirt.com. And that is red with 2 D's because it's like Finn Balor and Clifford L. That's
Double
right.
D.
If you want to email the show, please do so at WNApodcast@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube. Yes, we have a YouTube channel, damn it. If you want to listen to our podcast while watching a static picture of the cover art that I work so hard to make
It's the dumbest thing
for our
ever,
show
but
each week.
cool.
I work really hard on it.
You did. Doesn't mean it's
Okay.
good.
Well, and I guess since that's it, might as well just go home.
I'm Clifford L. Johnson. Yes!
I'm Robb English saying to you, when life hands you adversity, always kick out at
Yes! Sweet. Yes!
I think you got some on me that time.
Good. I'll tell Finn to clean it off for you. Ooh.